Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing, people? Well, I hope it's been about a week since we last streamed. I wasn't feeling up to it yesterday. We had some people over on Saturday, and we put a pretty good to-do together. And so I went ahead and just took the Sunday off. I don't know why I'm struggling. It says cut, that's why. Do a lot of cleanup. Can't eat the leftovers. Anyway, I saw Maddie Matheson make this yesterday, and I went, I want that. So that's what we've got here. This is St. Louis style rib that I have cooked in the oven. I did season it with a little bit of jalapeno, salt, garlic, pepper, and then a special smoked seasoning called Spellbound, which I really like, which is what's giving it that nice color. And then I cooked it in the oven for 3 hours at 325. I've also got some crispy fries, because we're essentially just trying to make the McRib meal from Mickey D. Which we all know is made with a lot of very gross things. So we're doing our best to try and make one that's not gross. So I'm going to air fry these. Alright, so next step is actually going to attempt to take the bones out of this here rib. There's a lot of beef fat that has rendered. That is all over my hands now. Ooh, what do we got here? Oh, I hate. Alright. Let's see if we can't pull the bones out. Trying to do this without too much difficulty. Okay. Some of these we're probably going to have to cut. Okay. So we are going to cut the knuckles out as well. I don't know if that's technically what they're called, but the stuff down at the end, don't really want that. There we go. Go. Ooh. We did cut the silver skin off, as you have to. Oh, look how easy this stuff is coming out. Okay. So. Stuff is good. We'll pick at this. Just trying to get that bone out. Very warm. Ooh. All right. Like I said, we're gonna pick at this. That's really fair. Okay. Got the nubs out of that one. Okay. I'll get the bones out of here. There we go. I'm just smacking into things. All right. So we got our 3 rib witches. Go very heavy on the sauce. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna sauce them. Spread it around. Now we're gonna go ahead and put these in the oven to glaze them. And while that's going on, we are going to cut our onions. All right, I got it broiling. High temp. We'll let it go for about 2 minutes and just see what we look like after that. Hold on, let me go peel these real quick. There we go. Okay. Break these bad boys apart and see if we like that cut. If not, we'll go to something else. Might be a little thick. Yeah, it's a little thick. Let's try something different. Let's see. Look at how already those are starting to look nice and glazy. Let's bring you down here so you can see the action. All right, we're gonna do that 2 or so more times. All right. Let's try this with the other side of the onion. Let's see if we like that cut a little bit better. May just go with a standard. There we go. Let's stick with that. Alright, we're going to save this half onion, or quarter of an onion, essentially. Go that way. This. Actually, we could save this for the beer bread. Let's see if this bad boy wants to come out. Ooh. Look at that gorgeous MFR. Pretty thing that I have done there. Alright. Last one, because this glaze is looking fiery. Alright. Last little 2-minute break. Ow. French fries are basically done. They need to come out and be salted is what they need. I need a container for that. French fries go. Get our salt ready. You can literally hear how crispy they are. Alright. We want it well salted. Alright. Let's pull out. Our Beautiful, not McRibs. I genuinely don't know how you even set this up to like. There we go. How's that look? Do have some nice jalapeno and cheddar beer bread. Really pretty. Where's my wife? Oh, yum. Okay. So, generally, if you get a McRib, it's on a like sandwich bun, not a burger bun. So, okay. Oh, that is so tasty. Some sticker boys. All right. Next up is pickle juice on yourself. Last but not least, a little bit more barbecue. One delicious looking bun. Clean up. Pickle juice all come from. Okay. Got that. French fries. And there you go. The homemade McRib meal. pretty good, right? So, got that. I also have some beer bread. Yeah. Jalapeno and cheddar. Although, I think it's jalapeno and cheese, not cheddar. I think I'm just saying cheddar because I like cheddar. Let's taste it. So, since a lot of this was like pre-prepared ahead of time and it was more of a like assemble, to just reiterate what we did here. These are frozen French fries. We went ahead and air fried them until they were crispy, following package directions. Salted them to make them tasty. We took a spare rib. I turned it over, removed the silver skin from the back. That is the plasticky. It's on the actual ribs, like on like where the bones are. You can actually stick a butter knife underneath, pop it up, and then you grab a paper towel and pull, and that silver skin will come off. If you don't, then your meat will have won't be tender. You basically have that sticking it, keeping it together. Pulled that off. I seasoned it with let me actually just pull it out for you. I seasoned it lightly with Lane's Spellbound and Heath Ryle's garlic jalapeno rub. I then wrapped it in foil, cooked it at 325 for 3 hours, and I flipped it halfway through, upside down. I then let it sit for about 10-15 minutes so that we could try and pull apart the ribs. They all came out pretty easily. If you need help, then you can cut the back. I'm also just following Matthew Madison's like most recent video that he posted on Sunday for this basic sandwich. I just went, that looks really good. I want to do that. With the only changes being I seasoned mine differently, and then I used a barbecue sauce that's local instead of his Matheson barbecue sauce. But it's essentially his recipe. And then, like I said, broiled, turn the broil on the oven to high heat. Cut this into thirds once we took the bones out. I did try and trim like the knuckle, the end bones off of the stuff. We'll see how successful I was. I think this one specifically still has them in it, so I'm going to avoid that one and then probably eat that one with a fork and knife. But we cut it into thirds, brushed our barbecue sauce on, broiled it for about 2 to 3 minutes, pulled out more barbecue sauce. We did that 3 times, and we got a nice, beautiful barbecue crust. And then it's just some basic pickles and onions and a little bit more barbecue sauce. And that's a McRib. Mm. My wife, what is she doing? I don't know. Okay, I guess I'll take the pictures. Come with me, and you'll see. Me take some bad pictures. The homemade McRib, baby. We have food. I think that's good enough. Oh,
You need photographs taken?
I do.
Sorry. I was talking to Annika.
Oh,
Because I messaged her. And then she was like, do you have time for a call? And I was like, yeah. And then I've had your stream on.
sorry, I didn't mean to take you from it.
No, baby was something, so she was like, I probably should attend to him. And I was like, no, you're good. I was like, dinner's done.
It is.
Is that all right?
Looks remarkably similar to the picture I took.
Don't like so many angles.
I am aware.
We'll put it back in shot.
You're free to make what you want.
Woo!
My wife doesn't like ribs. For some reason.
Rib meat's not my favorite. How's the bread?
Very good. Fork. Give me a fork and a napkin, please. I'm like speed running this meal. I suspect this will be either really good or terrible.
Do you want me to wait to do mine?
No, you can do yours. Right. There's going to be one or the other.
Yeah.
I need some ketchup. You can't have fake McDonald's fries without ketchup.
I can.
They tasted a lot crispier. I feel like they were steaming in there
The bread.
when I took them out. Yeah.
Crispy.
Oh, I've had a couple not crispy ones. Alright. Ketchup. And I need my chat. Although, nobody's been talking, so that's fine.
Even when it's in the oven, they tell you to microwave it for 60 seconds.
It's probably to help with the defrost.
And then put it on the baking sheet.
Probably to help with the defrost. Alright, we'll come back to that. Let's try the main attraction here. The
Is it
rib.
bake?
Yeah.
Bake 400?
Pretty good, right?
I said it for 55 minutes, but I don't think I need that.
As long as you remember to check in
I'll turn it
5.
Yeah, a couple of times, that's fine. That's a verdict.
It's really good.
Oh, good.
The only problem is there might be
Bone? Fat?
bone chunks. I tried to get out as many as I could. I've never actually made St. Louis style spare ribs. I've always just done bay back because they're my favorite. But Matthew Madison used a spare rib. So we'll see. If I can get through this without like chomping on something, I'm gonna be so happy.
I'll feed the dog as well.
Oh.
Happy with yourself?
Yeah. If I pull off the onions, would you try it? Oh wait, no, I put pickles on here. God damn it.
I'll try to bite of one of the other ones.
Yeah, try biting one of the other ones.
Really fine.
Probably the one closest to you. That's the one I feel the second most
I'm not going
confident
to do it
about.
immediately, but I will try it.
Yeah. You're just eating the bread.
I'm eating fries.
That's bread. You heard of potato bread? But no, I mean it is a grown up McRib in like the best possible way. You know what the best part was?
More than once?
What? Yeah. How much do you think it was for my rack of ribs? It was on sale. Let's put it that way.
I don't know how much ribs normally are. Like, I have no concept.
I don't know if the description was accurate or not, but I paid $8 for that rack of ribs,
Oh, wow.
and it said it was like a special, and said I saved $12 on just that.
That's handy.
But here's the deal: $8 for what would be a like $15 meal, and I get at least 3 of them, 3 better ones, and it was really very low effort.
That's good, isn't it?
It is. I'm gonna try it with baby backs next time. Also, this barbecue sauce I got is like spot on for what I remember a McRib tasting like, which is kind of miraculous. Mm. That's just the preheat stuff.
Internal temperature 165.
You know how to use a thermometer, though, right? You stick the thickest part.
Stick it in the middle. The thickest part.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. You know, I was gonna grab something for lunch today, and no, my boss called me. He said he was gonna call me. I didn't realize. I messaged him at the time I normally take lunch because I just had no concept of what time was today. And so this is falling apart. So I messaged him like 10 or like 5 minutes into what should have been my lunch and went, he's like, oh, he's going to call me back. I'm like, now I got to sit here and wait. I realized I could have just gotten on with what I wanted to do. But I waited for like 15, 20 minutes. And at that point, I lost motivation. So I just came in here and ate a hamburger bun with some cheese and mayonnaise. Knowing full well that there were all kinds of things in the freezer I could have heated up. Hmm. Did you try a slice of the bread?
I haven't tried it yet.
I mean, it's beer bread with a little bit of jalapeno.
I like the jalapeno in it.
Yeah. They're dried jalapenos.
Yeah, it's quite tasty.
Mm-hmm.
I think I like that more than like normal. Oh, I didn't keep. I got it ready and didn't give it to me.
For a set or like a little like $5
Yeah,
kit,
worth it.
all I needed to do was add a beer. And I was like, surely we have some beer that I tried to cook with down in the basement. And I was like, oh, yep, there is. They had a bacon jalapeno one, and I was like, eh.
I like the jalapeno.
With cheese in it too.
Well, I'm just mean about the bacon.
Yeah.
I don't always do bacon.
I'm 100% in agreement with you. It does not always need bacon. Well, anyway. So I was telling you guys why we didn't stream yesterday was because we had a nice little feast on, what?
Now I started.
Yeah. Nice little feast on Saturday. We made. Yes. Be careful sticking it in and pulling it out. That thing likes to come off on the end. So just, you can still use it, but just hold on to that end as you pull it out. I made a bunch of stuff. I made a dessert from scratch called custard cake. Never had it before. But Friday afternoon, excuse me, made custard following a recipe. It required an insane amount of cornstarch. And I was nervous as all get out to make this. Because I was like, a cup and a quarter of cornstarch for this custard recipe. And I was like, this just seems wrong. But it came together. I was just like, this is either going to be so thick or very terrible. And it turned out fine. So I made that. And then I took some frozen cherries, threw it in a pan with some water and some sugar, and made cherry jam. And so I put both of those in the fridge. And then we went on a hunt for puff pastry.
Yeah.
Normally we could find it, could not find it. Went to like 4 different stores. And then Saturday morning, you went to a different one and found like a bunch of it. And we're like, oh, perfect. So yeah, the dessert is puff pastry. You cook it. And then the puff pastry is both the top and the bottom of the cake. So you put it on the bottom, and then spoon on a bunch of custard, level it off, spoon on a layer of the cherry jam filling, and then another layer of custard, and then you top it off with the puff pastry. That being said, I did do this. I measured it to the container, but as it cooked, it sunk in and puffed up, which, I mean, puff pastry, it puffs. Go figure. But it did not fit at all. Like, it was comical.
It puffed and shrunk.
Like, it was like a good, like, you put it in a corner and there's like a whole good strip all around on the 2 other sides that was just custard because there was nothing. And then on the top, I just set it on top and it just looked like a
pillow.
Like a pillow on a bed. But it turned out pretty decent. I wouldn't recommend it. I didn't take any pictures because I was abhorred about how ugly it looked. And then I made fried chicken. So Friday, I went ahead and marinated some 6 chicken cutlets in a mix of buttermilk, Louisiana hot sauce, some Creole seasoning, thyme, garlic salt, pepper, paprika, and cayenne. Let that marinate for 24 hours, and then we did from buttermilk to flour, seasoned flour, seasoned with about the same stuff. Then back in, did a double dredge, and then fried that. And it came out pretty good. Although, at the end, it seems like it lost a lot of water weight and steamed on the inside because it definitely, all the skin started to fall off, which was really unfortunate because it had a nice crispy skin there. And then I made roasted vegetables. So I took carrots, zucchini, squash, asparagus, broccoli, and red peppers. Cut them up and marinated them in a balsamic Dijon honey mix. It was really tasty. And then threw them in the oven. Very good. Then the last thing we did was I made some macaroni and cheese from scratch.
Yeah.
And then had 2 appetizers, some cowboy caviar, which I've made on stream before, which is just chopping and draining, but it's like my favorite app of all time. And then I also threw some little smokies and a sausage in a barbecue sauce mixture that I do for like cocktail weenies. And then we had that to snack on. They came over. We ate around 5, and then we played games for a couple hours. And at that point, it was past my bedtime. So Sunday, we got up. I had all of the cleaning to do.
And the leftovers.
And the leftovers. So I did get pictures of some of it, but I was going for flavor and speed. It did not have the best. It was not the best looking chicken I've ever made. It was taste good, and it was perfectly fine. I just didn't think it was as photogenic.
I think the panko ones are more photogenic.
The panko, or any of like the breadcrumbs coated ones are always more photogenic. But flour's just easy because I always have flour on hand, and you're already going to use flour, so it's like one less, bowl to clean up. Actually, technically, it's 2 less bowls to clean up because then I don't have to do egg wash or breadcrumbs. And I was trying to minimize mess. Did you try it? Oh, you haven't tried it yet. You want a fork? I haven't used this.
I don't know where to buy it.
Oh, the fat rendered out. It actually pulls apart really easy. It's surprisingly tender. Like,
I'm just really digging the bread.
I know. Don't eat all of the bread. Eat some of the fries too.
Okay.
Okay, good. I was worried that we were just gonna have a bowl of fries.
I'm pulling my fucking plate of bread.
Oh.
I've been saving and eating fries.
Yeah, Morgan does not really like meat that's got bones in it, so she's never really given ribs too much of a chance, which is fine. Everyone's got their preferences. I used to be that way too. I've really turned a corner on that. I used to not like anything with bones in it. Now it doesn't matter to me as much. That being said, there's a difference between having something that has a bone in it and you know about it than finding a bone in something that you were unprepared for.
Yeah.
That one, whenever you find something, I should just shake it off, but I don't. It just like immediately like shuts off my I'm not hungry anymore, even though it makes 0 sense and it's dumb. But anyway, so I knew she wouldn't want to eat this, so I got her some pretzel wrapped hot dogs, which I knew she would dig. She's coating them in our countertop oven. I think she's gonna eat those and some French fries. We got Skipper here, though. Hey, buddy. Oh, you got a cold nose. You eating ice? Were you eating ice? What would you do for a carrot right now? What would you do for a carrot? Would you... Oh, yeah, okay. All right, buddy, let's get you a carrot.
160.
165 is the USDA recommended temperature. Here.
We're close.
Put her back in. Let them cook. Sit. 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 Good boy. Can you boop? Can you shake? No. No, sit. Sit. Somebody really wants some carrots, don't they? All right, if you want this next one, you gotta get mom. Get mom.
Yeah.
Touch. Good boy. He's really motivated today. Sit. Down. Oh, it broke in half. And you didn't get the other half.
Skipper, here's some more.
Here, I'll motivate you. Go get it. There we go. All right, buddy. Sit. Shake. Poop. Wow. Get mom. Go get mom. Yep. Touch. Oh, yeah. You are. Good boy. Good boy. Are you excited to spend the next week with my parents? So, we won't be streaming this coming weekend. We will be in New York, going to the convention.
Not for Ghettos right now.
Ghetto should be in New York right now. Sit. Shake. Whoosh. But yes, so we won't be here streaming because we'll be doing that, and then we're coming back Monday, so we'll see how we're feeling for a Tuesday stream for next week, or not next week, the week after. Hey, hey.
Not your bread.
He got real close there. Yeah, I know my hands smell like barbecue and pork fat, which is, killing you. All right, these are the last two, buddy. Down. Down.
Things like a halfway there.
He's hungry. I don't know what it is. He's super motivated for tricks right now. All right, bud. That was the last
I
one.
don't know that he got any of those yesterday.
Good boy. Good boy. All right. Well, I think that was a pretty successful stream.
The fork.
We may have had some lurkers. Appreciate it. We're going to be back. We might be back tomorrow. We'll see. But next week, like I said, we're going to be on vacation in New York. So no streams next week. We'll be back and hopefully energized to do some fun stuff. Or tired. Who knows? Maybe it'll just be like I'm making popcorn for 30 minutes. Although that's a long time to make popcorn. What am I, a movie theater? Anyway, get your fill in of Skipper now.
Are you streaming tomorrow?
We're gonna see. Anyway, have a good rest of the week, guys, and hopefully we'll see you back when this vacation's over. Remember to check out my VODs if you're interested in that, or the Discord if you want to see any recipes. My wife has already made her decision on this, based on the looks on her face. She was going to take a bite of it, and she just went, ugh. She hasn't even eaten it yet. She's looking at it like it's a bacteria. Anyway, my dog is dying to get this bag. He cannot have. But if you enjoyed what you saw, please throw me a follow. I appreciate the support, and hopefully we'll see you back sometime. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. We are going to go raid somebody, so we'll go see who we can find. All right, thanks, guys.
Skip. You good boy? You sit. Good boy.